There you go, CC. There you go, Caitlin. Way to hold it down, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark told the WNBA, damn you and your bogus orange carpet. I ain't showing up to nothing. I'm not showing up to your bogus orange carpet. I'm not showing up to this joke of a three-point shootout. I'm not showing up to link up and kick it with none of y'all. Y'all fake, y'all phony, y'all jealous, y'all are haters. Caitlin Clark just pulled a no-show for opening day of WNBA All-Star Weekend.
The WNBA was expected to celebrate one of the biggest moments in its history. The 2026 All-Star Weekend in Chicago had been promoted as a landmark event for the league, with huge fan interest, packed arenas, and enormous attention from basketball fans across the country. Excitement had been building for months, with tickets in high demand and broadcasters preparing for one of the most watched weekends women's basketball has ever seen. Expectations couldn't have been much higher. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest basketball stories, breaking news, and in-depth analysis. But instead of everyone talking about the on-court action, a completely different conversation has started to dominate headlines. Fans are debating league decisions, player availability, and whether the WNBA is doing enough to showcase its biggest stars during one of the sport's most important weekends. Social media has been flooded with opinions, and every new report has only added more fuel to the discussion. For many supporters, the biggest question isn't simply who wins the All-Star game, it's whether the league is making the most of the incredible momentum it has built over the last few seasons.
Time. We'll place the call to Caitlin Clark to get whatever it is you need. Take a look at this. Shout out to Correlation. Correlation said, bruh, Caitlin is in Iowa and Studbub was just asking where she is. Caitlin Clark pulled a no-show. Caitlin Clark's out in Iowa, having a good old time, not dealing with this nonsense, going to see, hair people and all of this stuff. She ain't got time to be dealing with these people no more. And I don't blame her. If I was Caitlin Clark, I wouldn't want to deal with these idiots any longer either. It's just been too much. Too much has been done.
Interest in women's basketball has exploded. Television audiences have grown, merchandise sales have climbed, and new fans continue discovering the league. That momentum has created enormous expectations, meaning every major decision is now placed under a microscope. Whenever a superstar's availability becomes uncertain or any restriction is discussed, reactions spread almost instantly. Fans want to see the league's biggest names on the biggest stage. That's true in every professional sport, and the WNBA is no different. Whether people agree or disagree with certain decisions, the conversation itself shows just how much attention the league now commands. Much of the recent debate has centered around Caitlin Clark, one of the most talked about players in basketball. Every update involving her generates headlines, and every decision surrounding her playing time or participation quickly becomes national news. Some fans believe protecting players is always the right approach, while others argue that marquee events should feature stars as much as possible. Those competing viewpoints have created one of the hottest discussions surrounding All-Star Weekend. The reality is that speculation often spreads much faster than confirmed information. Rumors, opinions, and online reactions can quickly become part of the story, making it difficult to separate verified facts from emotional responses. That's why it's important to focus on what is actually known while recognizing that passionate fan debates are now a major part of today's sports landscape. One thing is beyond dispute. Caitlin Clark has become one of the league's biggest attractions. Her games draw enormous audiences, generate constant media coverage, and bring new viewers to the sport. Whether fans tune in to cheer her on or hope to see another star shine, her presence has become a major talking point whenever she steps onto the court. As All-Star Weekend approaches, the spotlight isn't just on the players competing, it's also on the league itself. Every decision will be analyzed, every storyline will be debated, and every moment will be viewed through the lens of a rapidly growing sport trying to build on its recent success. The basketball should be the main attraction, but the conversations surrounding it have become almost impossible to ignore. That sets the stage for one of the most closely watched All-Star Weekends the WNBA has ever experienced. As the countdown to All-Star Weekend continued, another storyline quietly began taking over the basketball conversation. Instead of focusing only on the game itself, fans, analysts, and former players started debating how the league should showcase its biggest stars. Whenever a player becomes the face of a rapidly growing sport, every decision surrounding that player attracts intense attention, and Caitlin Clark has become the center of many of those discussions. Some observers believe the league should do everything possible to maximize the time its biggest attractions spend on the floor during showcase events. Others argue that player health, coaching decisions, and long-term priorities should always come first, even during an all-star celebration. Those competing viewpoints have fueled endless debates across television, podcasts, and social media. As excitement has grown, so have the rumors. Online speculation has ranged from discussions about possible minutes management to theories about how the event should balance star power with giving every all-star a chance to shine. While many of those claims remain unverified, they have added another layer of intrigue to one of the most anticipated weekends on the basketball calendar. What isn't up for debate is Caitlin Clark's impact on fan interest. Many supporters are purchasing tickets because they want to watch one of the league's most exciting players perform on one of its biggest stages. That kind of popularity naturally brings enormous expectations, and every decision involving her is examined from every possible angle. Whether league officials, coaches, or players agree on the best approach, they know millions of fans will be paying close attention. Every substitution, every rotation, and every coaching choice will likely spark discussion long after the final buzzer sounds. If there's one lesson from all the attention surrounding this event, it's that women's basketball has reached a point where every major storyline captures national headlines. That's a sign of the league's continued growth, even if it also means every decision will be debated by passionate fans looking for answers. As reports and rumors continued to spread online, the story quickly grew beyond a normal all-star discussion. Social media exploded with speculation about Caitlin Clark's availability, with countless fans trying to separate confirmed information from viral claims. Every new post seemed to spark another debate, and before long, the conversation had become bigger than the game itself. Supporters began asking one simple question: what happens if the league's biggest attraction isn't featured the way fans expect? Whether those concerns were based on verified reports or online speculation, the reaction showed just how much attention now follows Clark wherever she goes. Every update became headline news, and millions of basketball fans waited for official confirmation about what would happen next. As the hours passed, uncertainty only fueled more discussion. Television personalities debated the situation, podcasts dedicated entire episodes to the growing controversy, and social media timelines filled with opinions from every direction. Some believe the league should prioritize showcasing its biggest stars during marquee events. Others argued that player health and coaching decisions should remain the top priority regardless of outside pressure. The divide among fans became impossible to ignore. The business side of the event also became part of the conversation. Major showcase weekends rely on television audiences, sponsorships, ticket sales, and fan engagement. When uncertainty surrounds one of the sport's biggest names, people naturally begin wondering what effect that could have on viewership and overall excitement. While many dramatic financial claims circulating online remain unverified, there's little doubt that star players have a significant impact on interest in league events. Fans who had planned trips months in advance voiced their excitement as well as their concerns. Many purchased tickets hoping to watch the league's brightest stars compete together, making every piece of news surrounding player participation especially important. That level of passion highlights how much women's basketball has grown over the past few seasons. Inside basketball circles, attention shifted toward how league officials, coaches, and players would handle the increasing spotlight. Every public statement was carefully examined, every interview dissected, and every rumor discussed across sports media. In today's sports world, perception can spread almost as quickly as facts, making clear communication more important than ever. Whatever ultimately happens, one thing is already clear: this All-Star Weekend has generated enormous attention before a single tip-off. Instead of talking only about highlights, fans are also debating leadership, player management, and how the league should balance competition with showcasing its biggest stars. Whether those conversations help or hurt the event remains to be seen, but they have certainly ensured that all eyes will be on Chicago when the weekend finally begins. As the debate continued to grow, one thing became increasingly clear: Caitlin Clark's presence has become one of the biggest storylines in women's basketball. Whether fans support every decision surrounding her or disagree with them, there's no denying that games featuring Clark attract enormous attention. Television audiences rise, social media engagement spikes, and every major moment involving her becomes headline news. That doesn't mean the success of the league depends on one player alone. The WNBA is filled with outstanding outstanding athletes, championship teams, and established stars who have helped build the league over many years. At the same time, it's fair to say that Clark has introduced millions of new fans to the sport, creating a level of interest that benefits everyone involved. The recent discussions surrounding All-Star Weekend have highlighted just how passionate that growing audience has become. Every coaching decision, every roster update, and every report is analyzed in real time. Fans aren't simply watching the games anymore. They're following every storyline that develops before, during, and after tip-off. For league officials, that's both an opportunity and a challenge. On one hand, more attention means more viewers, stronger television ratings, and greater commercial interest. On the other hand, it means every decision is placed under intense public scrutiny. In today's sports landscape, perception can spread across the internet within minutes, making clear communication more important than ever. Whatever your opinion may be, this entire conversation shows just how much the WNBA has grown. A few years ago, an All-Star Weekend storyline might have stayed within basketball circles. Today, it becomes national news, with fans, analysts, former players, and media personalities all weighing in from different perspectives. Before we wrap up, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest basketball breakdowns, news, and analysis. We've got plenty more coverage coming, and you won't want to miss what's next. As All-Star Weekend approaches, the focus will eventually return to the court, where the players have the chance to create the moments fans will remember most. The discussion surrounding the event will continue, but the games themselves will ultimately shape the lasting memories. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Do you think the league has handled the attention surrounding its biggest stars the right way, or are there changes you'd like to see in future All-Star events? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.